So I have returned from being 2 weeks out of the office. The first week I was in Vegas at the ARIA for the 2024 Financial Brand Forum, which was amazing, and I'll be sharing more content about that. But as soon as I returned from Vegas, I boarded a cruise ship and took off, and my wife and I took our niece and one of her good friends on a cruise for her graduation trip. And so I've been somewhat disconnected for a bit, but I was really excited to come home. Not that I wanted to leave the cruise ship, but I came home to this little guy. So I was in the second batch of the Rabbit R1 intelligent device. I've gone through and updated it, charged the battery, and I'm going to run this through its paces and compare it to some of the other large language model devices and apps that I use. And we're going to ask it 3 questions. I'm going to ask my Rabbit R1 what it knows about mentoring and mastermind community. I'm going to ask it who the founder and creator is, and hopefully it answers as me. And then I'm also going to throw out a question that requires it to do a little bit of extra searching, because I don't really talk about golden retrievers, but I do, as Eric Cook, talk a lot about golden retrievers, which are the 2 dogs that we own, and see whether or not this has the ability to extrapolate Eric Cook is the founder, and then a little bit more about me from maybe some extra research to see what it thinks. So I'm going to press the little side button to wake my little rabbit up, and I'm going to press and hold, and I'm just going to ask it a question. So let's cross our fingers and see if Rabbit knows what's going on. Hey, Rabbit, can you tell me what you know about touring and mastermind community?
Let me think about that. It seems there might be a slight confusion in your query. Could you please clarify if you are referring to the touring and mastermind community or a different community?
I am referring to the mentoring and mastermind community. Can you tell me what you know about it? Interesting, it found my picture.
Let me think. The mentoring and mastermind community was founded by Eric Cook. It is a community focused on mentoring and networking for professionals in the banking industry.
Did both questions without me having to ask the second follow-up one. I believe Eric Cook also owns dogs. Can you tell me which breed of dog he owns?
I do not have specific information on the breed of dog owned by Eric Cook. If you are interested in this detail, you may need to refer to his personal social media profiles or other sources for accurate information.
Well, it did a pretty decent job. Now, this little device also has a camera on it. It can do voice recordings and then summarize those recordings for you. And it's getting smarter every day. So I follow Jesse Liu and Rabbit Tech on Twitter, X, and they're pushing out updates. I'm not sure whether this is going to be as awesome as of a device as what I had anticipated it was going to be, but I do think it is a sign of the times. I think if you remember the very first Google glasses that came out many, many years ago, they looked pretty ridiculous. And I am actually on the verge of pulling the trigger on some Meta-empowered Ray-Bans because I've been watching some reviews on those, and drastically different. It is a device that sits on your face, that is hands-free. It is AI enabled, and whether this device evolves into something like that or not, but it is beautiful. It is very orange, but I'm excited to play around with it and just to kind of get a sense of what it can do and watch it grow over time. I'm also going to do the same test over on ChatGPT. I'm going to try it on my Perplexity app, and then I'll also pop over to Pi and give it a shot over there so you can see how this little device compares against some of the other well-established large language model apps that are on the market today. But curious to watch it evolve and see how it maybe gets better over time. Hopefully it will. So I've got GPT-4o up here, and let's see what GPT-4o has to say. Good morning, GPT. Can you tell me what you know about our mentoring and mastermind community? Let's see. It's vibrating. It's thinking.
Mentoring and Mastermind Community is a platform designed to help banking professionals build their personal brands online. It focuses on educating members about the latest tools and technology to stand out and build relationships in the digital space. The community provides mentoring, networking opportunities, and resources to enhance skills in social media, digital marketing, and emerging technologies, aiming to position its members as thought leaders in the banking industry.
Not bad. That was pretty comprehensive. Thank you. I was actually surprised. Maybe they're doing an update and rolling out some enhanced features with GPT-4o. But in this case, although I did like the answer on GPT-4o a little more, it had a little bit more detail to it, which I thought was really nice. Certainly the rabbit responded a whole lot faster. So next video, I am going to tee up and see how Perplexity does.